Hello, clever people, and welcome to my review for Wine Country. So Wine Country is a movie starring Amy Poehler and Tina Fey and multiple other famous female comedians, and it follows the story of this group of friends who are a great, strong, connected group of friends who decide that they want to get together for a girls' weekend in Napa Valley, or what they call Wine Country, where they can drink wine, they can relax, but while they're there, of course, a bunch of conflict arises. So Wine Country is a Netflix original movie. It is directed by Amy Poehler, and I believe it's also written by her. It's her passion project for sure. And she based it on a real life experience where she had a group of friends that she took to Napa Valley, and they had so much fun that they wanted to make a movie about it. So just hearing that, I was actually quite excited for Wine Country. I think that comedies with that have this type of premise with these type of people, they can be hit or miss. You can have a really good one or you can have a really bad one. And I thought that this was unfortunately a pretty bad one. I think that the biggest problem with Wine Country is the exact same thing that is wrong with SNL skits. It's that the first minute or 2 minutes of an SNL skit are usually pretty funny, they're pretty fresh and original, and then when it gets to the end of it, they fall apart, they don't know how to end, and suddenly they're going in a million directions. That is exactly what happened with Wine Country, but the problem is, when you have that type of problem with an SNL skit, it's forgivable because it's a skit. But when applying it to a movie where the first 40 minutes are pretty promising and they're entertaining and you're laughing for a good amount of the time, to watch the rest of the movie fall off and have to suffer through 40 and 50 minutes of unfunny jokes, of plot lines that are going all over the place, it's kind of a disaster. And especially because this movie feels such a strong need to stick so strongly to conventions and so strongly to cliches that it gets so bogged down in them. There's a scene in this movie where the characters are supposed to get mad at each other. You know that that's supposed to happen. It's one of these movies. The characters are supposed to get mad at each other. And they do, and it just feels really forced, it feels unnecessary, and it's just filled with unfunny jokes. That was the biggest problem with Wine Country, is that it went pretty well for the first half of it. It was entertaining, it was decently paced, and then as it went on, it just got worse and worse. Outside of the comedy though, I thought that the acting in it was pretty solid from everybody. I mean, none of these are Oscar-winning performances, and it's not like there's a particular standout or, wow, this person is such a comedic genius, but all the actresses had good chemistry with each other, and they all worked really well together. The biggest problem was, this was Amy Poehler directing and writing, and she's a great actress, she's a great comedian, but I don't know about writing and directing. Maybe she did some other stuff that's pretty good, but from watching this, I get the sense that what she thinks is funny is just is taking a very basic format of this is how these type of movies should go, and then just writing underneath each little different line of stereotypical scenes and conventions that you need to have, writing underneath some jokes that fit with those, and then calling it a script. That's honestly what it felt like. And it kind of made the movie feel really weak and really not well put together. So in the end, Wine Country is a decent movie for about half of it. And then after that, it falls way off, starts to become unfunny, starts to become unnecessary. It has some good acting, but in the end, it was a dud. I will give Wine Country a 4.5 out of 10. Alright, that concludes my review for Wine Country. So, what are your thoughts on this film, or what is your favorite Amy Poehler movie? Comment in the comment section below, and let me know. I'm Robert Burke, and this has been The Clever Critics. Goodbye.